Hey guys, Neely here. I'm coming in today for my February meal planning video, but I am doing it a little differently than I've done the past few months. Before I would plan everything out and then come to you with my filled out calendar and tell you all the different meals I have planned. But this time I decided to do kind of a plan with me style where I go through the whole process and show you guys exactly how I pick out the meals and just everything I do to get the meal plan ready for the month. So the first thing I'm just going to do is take inventory of what I have in my freezer, what meals are left over from last month that I didn't get cooked and served, and so I have those right in the forefront of my mind so I can get those on the meal plan and use them up. So that is why I am in the garage right now. Our freezer is right there. So right here I have my trusty sticky notes, and I'm just going to be writing down a list of things that I have and things that need to be used up. I'll just show you what I got going on up here. Still have a ton of blueberries back here. I've been trying to use them up. They really need to be used. These are 3 bags of bones for bone broth. These are some soups that I had left over from last month. Black bean and ham soup and potato cheddar broccoli. I've got still a bunch of cauliflower that I blanched and put seasoning and oil on, so it's all ready to put in the oven for roasting. So those will make great side dishes for the month. I still have 1 bag of creamy mushroom pork chops, so that I am going to go ahead and put on my list down here. And this here, as well as these containers, there's 4 of them here stacked, are all chili. I made a giant batch of pumpkin chili, I think last month. In December, and I just found that nobody really wanted to eat it just straight chili. They like it more on baked potatoes or with pasta like a chili mac, and so we just did not eat it up very fast. So I still have a ton of that. So I'm definitely going to put chili mac on our meal plan, so I'm going to write that down. And then back here I have a couple more bags of sandwiches. There's just a few in each one. These are the peanut butter and jelly. There's 5 left, and like maybe 4 or 5 of the ham and cream cheese and Dijon mustard. So I'm definitely going to be doing another big batch of the freezer sandwiches. Then we have a ton of the pork loin still. I showed you the great deal I got on that at Costco in December, and I just have tons of that. So that definitely is going to be on the meal plan. These are some pork chops that one of these that I just cut up. This is some pork stew meat, same thing, one of these that I just cut up. So I have pork chops, stew meat, and then as much boneless pork loin as I can use. Then down here I have, let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pounds of ground beef. So I can put plenty of ground beef meals on my meal plan. I have just 1 more pack of chicken thighs that are chopped up. And then this is turkey breast from a turkey that I made broth with around Thanksgiving. I got a good deal on a turkey, and I just took the meat off, and the breast I just haven't used yet, so I'm gonna put that on my list. Back here I have my waffle mix that I showed you guys a week or so ago, and then these are leftover truffles from Christmas. We had a bunch left over, and we are just saving those for a rainy day. So now that I have a good idea of what I already have and what needs to be used up, I can go sit down and get my meal plan started. All right, I'm here at my desk now, and of course I have my Filofax planner where I keep all of my meal planning stuff, and I have my little scribbled notes of what I have in the freezer. I also have some freezer cooking notes of things that I want to do for freezer cooking, and kind of I'm thinking about breaking down the different things per day so I don't try to do it all in 1 or 2 days. Just trying to assign myself a task for each day for like a week and get it all done the first week of the month. So now I am going to lay out my February calendar, and this is something I'm doing in my planner, and you don't have to do anything this fancy. I'm going to be doing it by hand, like bullet journal style, but you can totally just print off a blank calendar from the internet, and that is what I have done in the past months, and it works great. But I like to keep everything together in my planner and make it look pretty if I can, so I am going to be writing out my February calendar. I have a couple of my pages here, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my meal plan from January. I'm just going to be copying the calendar template here onto my February one, and I will be right back when I get that done. Here's what I got so far, just real simple. And each of these squares are 6 by 6. And for all of this, I used my Faber-Castell small artist pen, and I just used the little ruler that came in my Filofax. And then now I'm going to put in the date numbers, and I'm just going to use my Pigma Micron super fine 0.2 millimeter pen. So there it is all laid out, and I am ready to go ahead and put in the meals. I will make it pretty with some washi tape and stuff after I get all the rest finished. But for writing in what I'm making for the meals, I'm using my Friction super fine 0.5 millimeter pen. Thank you to those of you who suggested these pens. They are great. I have the super fine one, or extra fine, whatever they call it, 0.5 millimeter. I also have the 0.7 millimeter, the clicker pens, and these are erasable, which makes it so nice. So as I'm starting out, I'm just going to kind of play with the meals and kind of like a puzzle, put it all together and see how it fits, and then switch things around if I need to. But I don't want to write on here until I know for sure what the meal is going to be. So I'm just going to use my little sticky notes here and write the meals down and put them on my calendar. And then once I have it all set in stone, I will write it all out onto the calendar. I'll show you on my January meal plan. I like to do a soup on Sundays because that's super easy to throw into the Instant Pot on Sundays. On Mondays, I do chicken, and then I have a day off on Tuesday. Wednesdays, I do beef. Thursdays, I have a day off. Friday, I do pork. So that kind of evens things out through the month. So I'm not having chicken 3 days in a row or something like that. And we do eat a lot of leftovers. We don't have a sit-down meal every night. My husband has just a really weird work schedule, and so that just doesn't work for us. So it usually works out that I will cook a meal 4 times a week. And like I've said before, I do not stick to the exact days all the time. I just like to put them out there for a reference. But I kind of use my meal plan as a list of meals that I have the ingredients to make. And so I can go in and just pick and choose whatever I feel like, because some days I just don't feel like doing a certain thing and I want to do something else, or someone has a request or whatever. Also, I told you last time how I did just a 2-week meal plan and I just doubled it. So you can see all of these first 2 weeks is exactly the same as these 2 weeks, and then I just added a couple extra meals in here. But that makes it easy because 2 weeks in between the same meal is a pretty long time. So it's not like we're having the same thing every single week. So for my Sunday soups, the wild rice soup is a big hit. So I'm definitely going to do that a couple of times. And then I showed you all of that chili that I have in the freezer that I need to use up. And like I said, they don't really like to eat that just straight chili, but they love chili mac. So for my other Sunday soup, I will just go ahead and do chili mac. Now on to my chicken Mondays. I am going to do a freezer batch, another big freezer batch of my lemon pepper chicken legs. So that's definitely going to be one of the meals. And then I really want to do some buffalo wings. We didn't do any last month, I don't think, and they just sound so good. Wendy, who is a gal that I follow, was talking about them in her vlog just the other day, and I really got the hankering for chicken wings. So I am going to put that as my second Chicken Monday meal. Then Tuesday is a catch-up day, and then Wednesday is beef. We're going to do rice, beans, and ground beef because everyone loves that, and it's so super cheap. And then I think for the second beef meal, I'm going to do burgers. That's an easy one for me to make low carb, and everybody loves that. Then Thursday is another catch-up leftover day. And now Friday is my pork. I have one of the creamy mushroom pork chops left, and I just made that not too long ago. So I think I will put that in as my second meal. And then I made a sweet and sour chicken a couple of weeks ago that was really, really good. And I think I'm going to do a sweet and sour pork version of it. And I'll put that in as my first pork meal. So I have the creamy mushroom pork chops here, and I only have one bag of that in the freezer, and I don't think I'm going to make another freezer meal of that. So when I repeat these meals down here for these meals, I'm going to need something else for this day. So I think I'm just going to put on here pulled pork tacos. Now I am just going to fill in all the days here with the different meals. Last month I added this little key down here and I was able to categorize all my different meals. I'm just using my colored friction pens, and I'm just going to go ahead and add an IP in green for anything that's an Instant Pot meal. And then anything that is a freezer meal, I'm going to do a little blue F. And then anything I have a video on, I'm going to put a little red V. All right, the dinner meal plan is all set. Now I just have to make it pretty. I'm going to pull out my cute washi tape and get to work. Just added a few pretty things to make it fun. And I did want to mention on here, I had a note, add fish next month, and you'll notice I did not. I am going to try to add fish more in my lunches and start with that. And then when I have a few fish meals that my kids like, and when I find a good, cheaper source for high quality fish, I will maybe try to add it on the meal plan. So that is still a goal, but we will get there later on. So the dinners are all planned out, and now I'm just gonna plan out my freezer cooking. I do some of these meals, the ones with the little F's on them, are freezer meals. This sweet and sour pork I haven't done as a freezer meal before, but I was going to try to do that. And I also do a lot of my lunches and breakfast items as freezer meals. And I decided I'm going to use this little column right here to write down all of my freezer cooking plans. I have my notes here that I kind of have scribbled on and gotten figured out. All right, so here is my freezer cooking to-do list. I have on here PB&J, turkey and cream cheese sandwiches, tacos, breakfast burritos, chicken nuggets, sweet and sour pork, lemon pepper chicken, potatoes, and wild rice soup. So those are all the things I'm going to try to get done within the first week of the month. And I've just put down here a tiny little schedule just to give me an idea of things that I can do on the specific days to get it all done within a week. I have Thursday, Friday, and then I didn't put Saturday and Sunday. Not planning on doing any of those days unless I have extra time, and then I'll just get a head start. So I have Thursday, Friday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that would be the 2nd because I'm going to be shopping on the 1st. So I'm not planning on doing anything on the 1st, but that'll be the 2nd, the 3rd, and then the 6th, 7th, and 8th. And I just broke it down into different tasks. I have pieced chickens because I'm going to get a bunch of whole chickens and piece them all out. And then that's what I'm going to be using for all the different meals, the legs, the buffalo wings, all the different parts of the chicken. And that really is the first thing I have to get done because before I piece out all the chickens, I can't do a lot of the other stuff. So that is priority number 1. And then Friday, I have the chicken nuggets. Going to try to get done. On Monday, I'm going to try to do the sandwiches, both of them. And then Tuesday, I have tacos and burritos. So the pulled turkey and bean tacos, and then the breakfast burritos. And then Wednesday, I just put dinners. So I'm going to try to put together the wild rice soup, the lemon pepper chicken legs, and the sweet and sour pork. And the potatoes also on that day. And with that, I think I am prepared for February. So today is the 28th of January. So I still have a couple more days to work on my grocery list before we go shopping on the 1st. And maybe I'll do another video on how I put together my shopping list based on all of this information that I just put down here. And then I will be all set to go shopping and come home, and I have my to-do list, everything ready to go, and I will put in a lot of hours in this first week of the month, and then the next 3 weeks of the month I can just sit back and relax. Not really, I'm still a mother of 4. It sure makes the rest of the month so much easier just to not have to worry about dinners and making my husband's lunches. Just pulling stuff out of the freezer is so freeing. So now I am just going to add my meal plan calendars back into my Filofax, and I will be all set. There it is, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. I will put links to all the meals that I have links for in the description below, as well as in the cards, as many as I can fit. And I will be back again soon with more grocery stuff, including the grocery list building. I hope you guys are all doing fantastic. I will talk to you again soon. Bye, guys.